it made me go down this path of like rich people. And I started thinking of people like Jeff Bezos and stuff. And I was like, this guy, and I started calculating out like, you know, how much does he make per year? And then if you break that down, you know, by week, and then if you break that down by hour, if you break that down, and then I was like, if the average poop takes, you know, like 7 point whatever minute, I was like, this guy's making like $380,000 to take a
Take it by the scenes, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out, it's what we're all about. 561 Music!
Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
How's it going, dude?
It's going.
I got to tell you, I am looking forward to tomorrow night, where we're going to play that Green Day album, but also
Yesterday, if you're watching the podcast right
yeah, it's yesterday for you guys. But tell you what, I put a lot of work into it. Even work that I didn't need to do just because I got obsessed with something. Like I got obsessed with like trying to find the best guitar, like chugging and like power chord sampler instrument.
I think Gavin, because you were going to do some piano stuff and you were going to do a couple transition things. I think Gavin put it best when he said that basically your job in this show is the album production but live.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally. It's and it just means that I've been messing around with, you know, I wanted to get good at using my iPad with Logic.
Yeah.
Because you can do so much with the iPad these days, like with the new iPads with Logic. You can do 99.9% of the stuff you can do with it on a computer. So just wanted to learn how to interact with it because it's different in that way.
Yeah, and you've got all the MIDI stuff and everything loaded in there. So
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so it's me and you and Gavin and Gabriel and Joe. It's going to be fun. So yeah,
it's basically change is great with you.
Yeah, exactly. Change is not so great.
not this week.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. No, I'm not going to start that game. I was going to say bomb the algorithm +2 as well, but
no, we could go through 8 different bands and probably it's this minus this or this plus
yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah. This weekend we played Prop.
Yep, we had a ska show.
Yeah, and that talking about just lately, I've been doing a lot of like thankless overbooking of myself. It was last weekend. It was 3 times on the same show. That was unnecessary.
Yep.
And you played twice.
Yeah, you did a DJ set, and then you played with Bomb the Algorithm.
Yeah.
Then Control This out of Orlando killed it.
Yeah.
And then we played Nina's Yard Party. So yeah, I was on the stage twice. You were on the stage 3 times. It was brutal.
And you know what? Like,
it was fun, but I was exhausted.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily makes for a good show, but we got lucky. Like, people came out and it was rad.
It was a good show. My favorite part of the show was when you got like 30 phone numbers.
Oh, yeah. So if anyone's listening who participated in that joke, firstly, you. And secondly, no, it was fun.
It was funny.
Yeah. No, it was great. And I got to experience for 1 minute what it would be like to be you.
Right. Yeah. So Kenny watches the podcast religiously all the time, every week. And, if you don't know who Kenny is, shame on you, but Kenny from Kenny's Calendar. And so Kenny came out to the show, and the previous week we were talking about this girl that held up her phone with her phone number and it said, "Call me," held it up in front of my face as she was walking by. And Kenny's like, "Man, it feels like every week you got a story like that." And, we do. It just happens all the time, right? And the funniest thing was Kenny decided that he wanted you to experience this for an evening. So him and Sonia wrote up like, I don't know, probably like 20 or 30 slips of paper with fake phone numbers.
It was wild.
And he walked around Prop, unbeknownst to you, and gave every girl that was in the place, one of these slips of paper. And so systematically, while Bomb the Algorithm was playing, girls were coming up to Ben and smiling and winking and making kissy faces and putting their phone numbers down in front of him and stuff. And
it could have been worse.
Doing like, "Call me." And Ben was like, the first few of them, he's like, "Sweet, what is happening?"
Yeah.
After about 8 or 10 of them, he's like, "God damn it."
Yeah. I picked it up. There was like a couple of girls where I was just like, there's no way. And I was like, oh yeah, there's no way. Yeah. It is what it is. So, we have Stu Source with us. How's it going, man?
It's going well. How's it going with you guys?
Yeah.
Good.
it's great. So I took a minute to sort of check in on your oeuvre, your body of work, and it is spectacular.
Thank you.
So, how did you find yourself writing such hilarious stuff, and why? What's the story?
I used to write a lot of funk music with a band called Exotic Yayo for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And people have really talked about what it means to be a serious musician. And when COVID came in, it kind of knocked out the model of what we did. I had to, when that kind of fizzled, I had to go back to something that was deeply rooted in what I wanted to do when I was in high school.
Yeah,
Which is make comedy music. I was inspired by cats like Stephen Lynch and
yeah,
Weird
cool.
Al.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, let me get my hand at this again and see if I can rebuild this character and not be as serious. Still
Yeah.
be serious. Like you, as a songwriter, you want to be serious. You know, you want to make good music. You want it to sound like yourself.
Yeah,
And then I decided, let me write something ubiquitous.
yeah,
And something that everybody can get behind and not necessarily be offensive, but I want people of all cultures and all walks and talks of life to kind of feel, yo, I get this. This is hilarious
Right,
type of
right,
stuff.
right.
You know, for a second, when I heard it, I thought it was this thing. I heard a song about Hector that was like, Hector, pee pee poo poo, it went something like that. I'll find it in a bit. And I was like, oh my God, it's the guy that did the Hector song about pee pee poo poo. But my brain nearly exploded.
How have you never told me that there's a Hector Pee Pee Poo Poo song
gonna
out
show
there?
you it.
But now
I'm gonna-
I have to find it.
Yeah, I'm going to show you in a break.
That's
But yeah.
hilarious and scary all at the same time.
But it's very much in the vein of that, and it's just great. I love how these days, you know, if you want to find something, it's out there. You know, it's like the internet has created that, and I feel like now you are part of that rich tapestry of like, you know, someone will be searching for a certain thing, and will be like, oh, there it is, and it's stew sauce. You know,
I hope somebody looks up poop songs and then I come up and put it all out there. It's probably something that people can get behind, like teaching kids to poop at work at preschool.
exactly.
This is where my teacher's gone for 20 minutes.
Totally. Like, have you ever done any comedy outside of music?
I've tried. I feel naked without my guitar.
Sure.
Like, I think
Yeah.
it's like a superhero cape. It's
Yeah.
like Linus and his blanket, you know, like that is my security blanket. And
Yeah.
so not using an instrument or not using the guitar to act as like this medium of transpiring funny things to people, it kind of makes things kind of like hurt. It kind of makes things tactless sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's
And-
tough. It's tough. I think, you know, I don't know if there's a skill out there that is more just raw sort of like confidence. You know, you just got to go off and nerve. You know.
Yeah, I don't own it as well. Like even thinking about it now, not having my guitar and
Yeah.
being able to just talk
Yeah.
and do things, I feel naked.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel about singing. You know, like there's
Yeah.
been a few times over the years where I've gotten up with a band or something, and they're like, hey, you know, a buddy of mine or something. Hey, come on up and just sing one with us. And okay, get up. Man, I have so much respect for like front guys and stuff. I just getting up there and not having an instrument and just singing, like you feel so naked. You're absolutely right. You feel
Oh,
stripped
yeah.
down.
100%. And it's funny, you know, I feel like on a slight tangent, I feel like that's a good point. Being the front person of a band, like where it's just you and a microphone, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh, it's way harder than it looks.
Yeah. No crutch, you know, that's wild. But, yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant what you're doing. It's a nice breath of fresh air. So, it started in the pandemic.
It started after the pandemic.
Right.
I was lost without that project, and so I was like, "What can I do?" And like I had started working full time, and I was like hoping that I could figure out how to make whatever's going on around me funny.
Yeah, man.
Because it was weird times. Like
Yeah,
I
it
think that
was-
was like good 2-3 years of like people being in weird places.
Oh, for sure.
And
You
so-
know, I think we're still living with it.
I was
you
going to
know?
say people are still in weird places.
I think we're still living with it, but I think it was traumatizing for globally traumatizing. You know, I don't know if we'll ever recover, frankly.
Yeah, we're a little behind, but now like with what I've done with comedy music at that end of just writing comedy songs, I've kind of used that concept and I've included new auxiliary instruments, and so my set is a little more weird, and it's got stories, and it's not just these 2-3 minute songs, though I am in the works of an album of comedy music.
Excellent. That's cool.
Nice.
So have you played shows then?
Yeah, I've done the improv. When it was the Dania Beach Improv, now it's the Fort Lauderdale Improv. I've done a couple shows over there. I've opened up for Gene Harding, doing comedy music. I did the Poop song. I've done the other song that's on that album. That's a lot more dirty titled.
Sure.
About the character who is endowed
beep,
differently.
Beep and beep, beep. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's
got a problem or a solution. Yeah, absolutely. That one, I borrowed a concept from another comedian. His song was very tactless, and I was like, how can I do this without making a song offensive to an audience?
Oh, there you go.
And that was a mission. That song took me 2 months to write. The Poop song took me like 4 days.
I mean, comedy's an art. Justin in there works hard at it, and he does, some stand up, and it's hard. I can't even begin, like mentally, I can't even really begin to sort of get to a place where it's like there's something fundamental about it that you have to get, and I don't get that yet. I don't get it yet. I will do one day. But I think it's a lot simpler than I'm making it. It's like like with you talking about music theory, it's like I built what it is up in my head so much that I think it's harder than it is. I think it's partly that. And partly it could just be because I'm not very funny as a human being. Not sure. But
well, music theory is hard.
So what's the plan? Is it just sort of keep plugging along and like see where you can get with it?
I think the comedy music thing is a hobby of mine.
Okay.
It's not kind of necessarily where I see my end all be all being. It's the thing that I find myself just enjoying and pushing the limitations and pushing the barriers that really blend a concept of music and comedy. When you're a comedian and you see somebody playing music, they're a musician.
Yeah.
And to blur the lines of comedy and music, when you're doing that, you are kind of either frowned upon by the community of comedians or you're frowned upon by the community of musicians.
Yeah.
And you are now this outcast and outlier.
In both worlds.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's plenty of people out there who prove that it can be done.
Yeah.
Is it, I would say that people can be kind of prejudiced against it and that, they'll say nasty things about it. But then, that there's plenty of people out there who just prove that it can be done great.
Yeah, there's always the purist out there. They're gonna come after you about, like, oh, this should be just this or just that, but whatever.
No, absolutely. Like Stephen Lynch, who like really inspired it. Like that's where I learned how to songwrite, was using his concepts. Yeah, I went to a music teacher. I had this guy named John Scriber, teaching me guitar. I must have been like 15, 16. I'm like, this is the stuff I want to learn how to songwrite like. I wanted to be a songwriter. Nice. And because my 10th grade teacher was like, dude, guys and gals, children, kids. He's like, if you decide that you want to write something, you will live forever. This concept of immortality as a songwriter really like held up to me. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to live forever. Without getting an onk tattooed on me like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And because I felt so connected to this concept, I was like, let me learn how to write like this. It had this show tuney aspect of it, and anything that was like show tunes related or anything that sounded like it could be on a stage and not just fit in this box of rock and pop. I really wanted to explore that.
Yeah, cool, man.
And so I learned all these songwriting techniques just from him. And he's now on Broadway, or he was doing Broadway. I think he did The Wedding Singer. And nobody would really fathom, if they knew this guy the way I grew up watching this guy, ever believe that this is what you were bound to be capable of doing if you were a comedian. You were just stuck in this box like Weird Al, who is like, first off, he's an amazing performer.
For sure.
And like, if I could host a stage show like that, do 50 million transformations of my clothes like
Costume
Lady
changes and
Gaga.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is what it's all about on stage.
Him
with
and his
that
entire
stuff.
band are just unreal musicians to pull off those songs. You know, like he's got different lyrics and whatever to make them funny, but essentially the music is spot on.
They're tight.
Yeah. So like to pull that off and all these different genres too, you know? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's a duo that I'm really enjoying at the moment. I'm trying to figure out what they're called.
Are they Flight of the
They're
Conchords?
from Brooklyn. No,
Oh.
But you can't mess with
Yeah,
Flight of the
yeah, those are
Conchords.
awesome.
Flight of the Conchords
They're
is spectacular. Yeah. They're so it's like a duo, and they're from Brooklyn, and it's like
You're
comedy
looking that up.
songs.
You were saying that it's like it's a hobby for you right now. But full transparency,
Yeah.
somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I love your stuff. There's a record deal. I want you to go on tour." Are you going to say no?
Yeah, no, I'd be about it. Look, man, if I can quit my day job and just go
sing about
play,
poop? Yeah, why not?
I don't mind being the poop guy.
Look at Steve Martin. He used to play the banjo. I mean, he's one of the best to ever do it, and he
He's
did it,
Steve
you know?
Martin's a nasty banjo player.
Oh my god,
He is like
is he ever?
and
Ridiculous.
even Adam Sandler, great guitar player. And I know Jimmy Fallon doesn't get a lot of recognition as a guitar player, but when I watched him on Saturday Night Live, like I wanted to do stuff like that. I wanted to write music for like these productions.
Yeah.
And I think there was one year where Saturday Night Live hosted a writer's like thing where you could send your writing to them. And I have an English degree. And so I was like, I want to try to write funny stuff, which is
Yeah,
very
cool.
hard. And I think as musicians, it's just easier to write sad things. It's easier to navigate to write songs of depression or songs of sadness because we tend to have more negative experiences as a human race than positive ones. And a lot of it comes down to this want factor. We always want, we always need.
Yeah,
Sure.
So to like explore something that is more like light is
Yeah.
normally like challenging because we never look past half of that craziness that is just bombarding us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. And so something I'm curious about when it comes to all of this is like, have you taken advantage of like the massive market that is? I'm sorry if this is a naive question, and maybe I should have done more research, but like this kind of thing, like musical comedy, funny songs, etc. It's like TikTok and like Instagram gold. Have you made any videos yet?
I've done one or two. So when you have a day job,
Yeah,
and you have to be very diplomatic,
yeah, I understand that.
it's a little harder.
I understand that social media. You would we were talking about this last week. It takes to get all that done takes a long time.
I
to
get
do
in
it
trouble
properly.
at work a lot.
Really?
Oh, dude, these because I'm a school teacher by day, and so half these parents are like very bougie, nose up in the air because
Yeah.
it's like a richer neighborhood. It's like
Well, that's another
richer
thing.
area.
Is if you're a teacher, you know, you don't want to have loads of stuff of you on the internet, sort of getting up to no good. You gotta be a bit careful.
Well, a lot of it, like, because I'll joke about being a teacher half the time, and they're all taking it super seriously when I'm at a bar and I'm talking about nonsense versus being in a classroom like some of these other teachers at TikTok.
What do you
and
teach?
I teach music right
Okay,
now.
yeah.
I used to be an English teacher,
Cool.
and
Are you at like a school or a music school?
I'm at a school.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And
Cool.
in the first 2 weeks, I know that I'm going to be nailed for something I did about 2 years ago about talking about how teachers don't make a lot of money and I should be a stripper on the side.
Oh,
and I'm going to run
right,
into
right.
a parent who is like, "Oh my gosh, you're little Timmy's teacher. Oh, I could teach you a thing or two now. I'm going to add you, me, a bed, subtract your clothes, divide your legs. Try not to multiply because I don't want that kid in my class too." That joke gets me in trouble every year.
Well, that's funny, man. I've been a music teacher for decades now, but I've never taught at like a regular school. I've done like bits and bobs at regular schools here and there, some fill-in stuff in England, but never here, never in the US. It's a completely different thing, isn't it? Like large groups and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah.
ask. Is it like a band group kind of thing situation, or what?
So I've had like probably like 53 kids in a chorus group.
Okay.
Like, and it's like the majority girls. Like, you know, when the moon is full, your classroom's going to smell like pennies.
Jesus Christ.
Saying that with a straight face is hard. Which is why I play a guitar and do comedy.
Caught me off guard then.
That joke. If some kid finds this joke, I'm going to get in so much trouble. But it's okay.
Probably.
I don't mind this conversation. It means you really like my material. Bam.
That's funny, man. So, yeah, do you have out of all of the stuff that you've written, do you have a favorite song?
Yeah. Oh man. Out of all the songs I've written, one of my favorites is it's not even a comedy song, which is really funny. It's a song called Green. It's about how, like, as artists, we give up all this time to a job that may or may not make us happy just so we can, like, take care of everything going on in our world and wish that we had time to make money doing the things that we do love.
As in the grass is greener on the other side. Is that where the green comes from?
No, green is just strictly about money. It's like it's very like in people's face. It's about how money kind of creates this strong separation, not just externally amongst people, but internally amongst like the self. It's like these two, you have these two themes of man versus man and man versus self.
Sure.
And it's like a crazy dynamic that a piece of paper that's made up of threads that if you bleached and turned into a piece of like Basquiat is the thing that's really controlling the people in masses, and not just here, but everywhere where capital kind of drives human beings to do whatever they do.
Yeah. Status, control.
Yeah.
You know, that's really the most of it.
Before we know it, it'll be just likes, hearts,
Yeah.
emojis. How many up buttons got pressed for me today? Too many down arrows. I am going to be executed. Call the judge, jury, and that executioner guy.
So my question to you is, I at this point really would like the people who are watching and listening to this to check something out. So, what video are we gonna watch on the thing? Do you want to put some or song are we gonna listen to on here? Which song would you like to?
Oh man,
not like right now.
Not right now. Well, so believe it or not tomorrow. In 2 days.
Yeah.
At least from the day we recorded all of this. I don't know what day this pops up.
Oh, Friday morning.
It comes on Friday.
Yeah.
So
today,
on Friday, my music video for "Pooping on the Clock" will have been out for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so hopefully I can get that to you guys.
Yeah, wicked.
For it to come up.
Yeah, okay. So this is my plan. Let's listen to some of you, and then we will come back and we'll talk about it. Sounds good?
Absolutely.
All right.
Pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the pooping on the pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the pooping on the pooping on the clock. When you're pooping on the clock, you feel so alive. There's nothing like a payment for your 9 to 5. For pooping a half hour, that's $15. Pooping on the potty and wiping your butt. I'm sitting on the throne just taking a shit, and I think to myself, there's nothing better than it. Collecting greenbacks while collecting my thoughts. Sitting on the toilet just a popping a squat, singing pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the pooping on the pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the pooping on the pooping on the clock. Yeah, baby, I'm a 007.
He said, baby.
0 work, 0 effort, 7 bathroom breaks. It's about midday on the coffin part 2. Another French press and we call it do. And I'm making my way to the teacher bathroom. There's another guy pooping, what do? I walk real fast, gotta keep it plugged in. I clench my cheeks and my body squirming. Do a doody dance to a bathroom stall. Drop my pants to the bathroom call. Pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the pooping on the pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the pooping on the pooping on the clock. I wrote this song, pooping on the clock, making money, pooping on the clock. I poop half naked, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock. I wrote this song, pooping on the clock, making money, pooping on the clock. I poop half naked, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock.
Welcome to 561 Music.
we have some very exciting news. You may have noticed that the podcast is being hosted from a different place. That place is the 561 Music School and Studio. Justin Hucker has changed the name of his school from Live Music Community to 561 Music School and Studio. We have joined forces and now everything has the same name. The podcast, the festival and the school are now all under the umbrella of 561 Music. If you've been listening to the podcast for a long time, you will know that every week in this spot, we used to do an ad for Live Music Community. Now, Live Music Community has become 561 Music. We are still on North Lake Boulevard, but we have moved to 524 North Lake Boulevard, Suite A, North Palm Beach, Florida. It is east from the old location, and boy oh boy is it an upgrade. We now have a studio that is far bigger and more advanced. Bigger lesson rooms and 3 big spaces for recording bands and practicing. We now offer more opportunities for recording your band and provide more practice space to hone your skills. The heart of 561 Music School and Studio is still tuition. We train both young people and adults one-on-one and also in groups to be real bands, teaching you how to play your instrument not only by yourself, but with others as well. We help you learn to write and record a song, how to brand and market your band, how to design and produce merchandise, how to get shows, how to act at shows, how to perform, how to organize tours, how to reach out to labels, the ins and outs of protecting your intellectual property, and much more. 561 Music is a one-stop shop for all your music and performance-related needs. We are also set up to help you record music videos, how to manage social media, how to create content for social media, and everything that is required of a person trying to break into the music industry in 2025. Come by the studio at 524 North Lake Boulevard in North Palm Beach and check out the new digs. We are online at 561musicstudio.com. Fill out the form online and come for your free first trial lesson. We are open daily by appointment or just walk up and say hi. We're here most days of the week from 3 p.m. for walk-in inquiries.
So we just listened to an ad for 561 Music, which is where we're sitting right now. And it is customary on this podcast to ask the question, do you have any advice for people getting into the creative arts or music or anything like that? How they should go about it, the way they should approach it, stuff like that.
The big thing is know what you want to do in the arts. If you're going into this and you just want to be happy, do the thing that makes you feel happiest most creatively.
Sure.
If you want to be the best musician, figure out what it is that made some of the best musicians that you know so great and kind of figure out what they're doing. So like if you want to be a great guitar player, learn, and you want to shred, learn all those shredding techniques, learn all your arpeggios. If you want to make it in music as a business and do the thing, read up on a lot of it from the different standpoints. Like Ari Hirschstrand has a book, and what's it called? Everything You Need to Know About Music Business by I forget the guy's name.
My terminally online self will check everything you need to know about everything you need to know about music.
Music business.
Music business. It is. It just says Berkeley. Oh, it's here. It's this book here. It is called All You Need to Know About by Gibson Fraser.
No, it's some other guy.
Oh, okay.
It's like some lawyer dude. Because there's a lot of things that are legal, like having to know how your copyrights work, having to know how ISRC codes work.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people don't share that with musicians or creatives. And knowing that the stage is a place where you need to entertain.
You know, we did an episode with a guy who just knew loads about it. It's about a year ago, and it's one of the best episodes we ever did. Just explain things on a granular level, all the way through from starting to write the song, all the way through to the finished product and how you market it. It's really interesting, and there was a bunch of stuff in there that, you know, it's funny you should say that. Like, approach it sort of with an idea of what you want to get out of it, because I feel like, as with many things in my life, I just approached it in this rather scattershot way, you know, where I could have definitely been a little more pointed with it. Not that I haven't had fun doing it, but you know, I'm one of those like a bit of everything guys, you know.
Yeah, no, lateralizing what you want to do in this field is great because you really touch upon a lot. Like here, like as an example, if I were going to look at what you guys do as musicians and as creatives and as people who provide a creative space and as engineers and things, you are wearing the multiple hats that we have to wear as musicians. You have to do the many things. Some people just want to be artists. And when I say artists, I don't mean musicians. I mean, they just want to be artists. They just want to be the clown like Beyonce. And if everybody wants to harp and cancel me because I think of her as a clown, well, honk, honk. Here I am singing about poop. All right. Like she has 80 songwriters. She is a face of somebody else's song.
Yeah.
And if that's what people want to be, then they entertain the crap out of people on that stage. They figure out who to talk to as a creative consultant. And as an artist developer, and then they go. Like Jason Derulo, who's from out here, he had artist developers. He was not always the way he is.
Right, yeah.
No one starts off being 100 unless you're crazy, and then that's 3/4 of us, but 1/4 of us have to learn how to be that.
Sure.
Then like if you want to be a musician, and then you have to learn to be an artist because we're a lot of introverted people. We sit at home with our guitar, with our bass, or with our piano, and that's all we do. We veg out on that for many, many hours. And then we got to learn how to make friends again and play with people.
Sure.
So, I mean, again, if you linearize, there's a higher opportunity. You're going to meet your goal. But if you lateralize, you don't know what kind of goals you fall upon.
Yeah.
So like that's
that's absolutely right. And you're right. The kind of career path that I've ended up on is, it benefits from me being able to do a bunch of different things. That's for sure. Yeah.
Like I know it.
I was just going to say, it's funny you mentioned, songwriters and stuff, and then entertainers versus versus the creatives and stuff. And there's a million TV shows out there, reality TV shows, American Idol and AGT and all these shows, and these people come out, and in most cases they are the artist. They aren't the creatives, And I just I was flipping through some streaming things the other day, and apparently there's a new show that just came out or starting or something, a reality show, and it's called like Making the Music or something like that.
Oh, Making the Band. It's the boy band one?
No, that's totally different, because that's the same thing. That's like an American Idol, but it's with a boy band kind of thing. But this is a competition, but it's not the singers and stuff like that. It's a competition between writers, and all the people that are in the competition are people that have written hit singles for Beyonce and people like that. And so all these creatives are on there. And I'm like, all right, see, like I can get into that because these people are creative. They're actually doing the work,
But I'm sure they just pick the prettiest ones.
Well, there's probably a big part of it, yeah.
And
so why am I not on there?
That's a great question. You get 50 numbers a week, so I'm trying to figure that one out too.
Pop music is
Meg gets 50. I only get like
30. I mean, I play with a pop band right now, and
that's fun.
The music is easy.
Yeah.
And I wish it was more challenging. I wish there were more aspects of being challenged. I get to do more. I get to flex. I would just say it's like a pop fusion.
Right.
The songwriting is okay. It's pretty good for the most part. But I mean, as a songwriter, I'm biased because I like writing with very flowery chords. I want to add a diminished chord here. But if all I'm playing are 1-4-5s or 1-2-4-5s, which is a fancy way of saying like predominantly major sounding music, then after a while, all the songs start to sound the same. You can only do so much as a bassist and really create a lot of changes unless you're overplaying.
Yeah.
And when you're overplaying, there's a time and place because you're following a drummer. If the guitar player is leaving enough frequency space for you, then you get to do a little bit more. But if all the singers are like singing and they're kind of over each other, you're very limited with your space because we have a range of frequencies that we could play off of without experiencing phase.
One of the things that I really appreciate in a bass player is understanding space, the use of space, when not to play, like, and sometimes some of the most sort of legendary bass lines are bass lines where, there's huge amounts of space, you know, like something like So Lonely or something like that, you know, it's like, doo-doo, 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 you know, and it's like, but it makes the song, it just gives it this, it changes the whole feel of the song. I think the use of space in bass and just being wise enough to know that you don't have to play every single note in bass that's the key, in my opinion.
Right. But if you are a bass player and the guitar should be taking up more space, then you have to compensate for a guitar.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you've got other people looking at you like you're crazy because they hear a guitar in their head.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to working with artists versus musicians.
Yeah.
A musician will say, let me compensate.
Yeah.
Where an artist will say, this is not what I hear.
Right. Yeah. I gotcha. That's interesting. So, yeah, we played the song that's just come out. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
About pooping on the clock?
About pooping on the clock.
Oh my gosh. Took me 4 poops to write that song.
That's a fair amount of poop. I'm not sure how long.
But were you on the clock?
I was. All right. So I'm take it to the beginning because I did not come up with this concept. There's another person I used to work with. I was working at Wanna Do City,
right?
Where kids could want to do what they want to do, and then the employees would want to do, and then one of them totally did, and sang on their way to the bathroom, pooping on the clock, pooping on the clock, and pooping on the clock. And I was like sitting there by myself for 20 minutes thinking, this girl left me to sit in the toilet and play on her phone. I'm not mad at it. I respect it.
Yeah.
That job only paid like $8-9 an hour.
Yeah,
sure.
And like nobody was coming up to the little theater thing that we were all manning or watching. And so I'm just sitting there like drawing, writing, pooping on the clock. I wrote down that course. I stuck it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Years later, years, dude. So I'm like 20 when this girl sings this in front of me and I say to myself, I'm going to do something with this. Bro,
I love that you actually did.
I'm glad I did too.
Yeah.
I go to work. I'm a substitute teacher and I'm sitting there and the lyrics just poured out of me. When you're pooping on the clock, you feel so alive. There's nothing like a payment for your 9 to 5, even though I was a 7 to 3 worker.
Well, 9 to 5 is a nice ring to it. You know?
Right?
I get it.
But I think I was making less money pooping than I talk about in the song because I was.
It's funny.
Exaggeration is allowed.
I obviously I didn't write a song about it, but I had a similar thought years ago. Sitting around thinking to myself, you know, for the same reason, you know, had to go to the bathroom, went, took a poop. I was on the clock and I was thinking to myself, you know, in my head, like, oh, this is funny. They're paying me X dollars for sitting on this toilet. And it made me go down this path of like rich people. And I started thinking of people like Jeff Bezos and stuff. And I was like, this guy, and I started calculating out like, you know, how much does he make per year? And then if you break that down, you know, by week, and then if you break that down by hour, if you break that down, and then I was like, if the average poop takes, you know, like 7 point whatever minute, I was like, this guy's making like $380,000 to take a crap.
That's spectacular.
The other half of that, though, minus the lyrics, I have to say the music was inspired by my first concert.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, my first concert was Cheap Trick.
There you go.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I'm at this Cheap Trick concert, and I'll never forget what the singer says because he was playing the song from that 70s show. What was it?
The only one by them that I really know is Surrender.
Oh, Surrender's great. That's one of my favorites. That was like one of their first songs I learned how to play on the guitar. That
I know other
transition.
ones, but I never remember their Cheap Trick songs, if that makes sense.
So I confused the song by Cheap Trick with the like from that 70s show with the song that's in the Drew Carey show. So like right now, like they all blend to me.
That one I can look up. Anyway, keep going.
So the singer says in the microphone, we wrote this song with 1 chord in it. If you can write a 1-chorded song, you are a great songwriter. So the only chord in that song is a D9 chord.
Oh, there you go. Just bunking it on the D9.
It's just a
It's called
funky
In the
D9.
Street.
Huh?
In the Street.
In the street?
That's what the song's called on that 70s show. That's his Big Star. It didn't even tell me. That's another recording of that 70s. Oh, is it called That 70s Song?
No,
No,
I
no,
think
no.
I think it was in the streets. I just can't remember like
Oh, gotcha.
the lyrics.
Gotcha.
Hanging out the street.
The same old thing we did last week.
you
Yes,
go.
that's the song. Thank you.
It was bugging the shit out of me. Not
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Justin.
I hope that shows up in the.
Oh, it'll be there.
I
Thanks,
love that.
disembodied voice of Justin.
God, is that you telling me the song? Oh, he does exist.
A+ for calling back to Drew Carey. It's one of my
It's-
favorite shows.
Cleveland rocks.
Oh yeah.
No, keep going. Where were we?
But yeah, that D9, just funk it up on that D9, and
yeah, funky chord if ever there was one.
yeah, and like after that, when my buddy on the keyboard came through and he just played like the octaves of the D for me, I was like, I have to send this to several people. I dropped a lot of money to record that track,
Oh,
which
sick.
goes back to like that question you asked, like, what do you tell people who want to be in this industry or want to be creatives?
Yeah.
Get ready to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you're spending money on your dream. You are making some ethereal concept of your brain, like a brain baby, come
Yeah.
to life. And
Yeah.
there's nothing cooler than that.
No, that's absolutely true.
I love the whole living forever, because I have struggled for a long time with the concept of legacy, and when I cease to exist, do I just cease to exist? What am I leaving behind? And I never really thought about that there's music out there and there's artwork
Yeah.
out there and there's stuff out there that I've created that's just going to be there forever.
Yeah. man.
Yeah. String theory says that, not to sound like I'm about to put half of your audience to sleep, but like there's a vibration that doesn't stop. It's like when you're playing a note, even though the string stops moving, the radiation and the emergence of this wave doesn't stop moving.
Yeah.
Not only does it go to one place, it bounces back. And so it is forever this relationship between space and earth, the songs you play,
Yeah,
the songs you write, even the thoughts that you've created with music is just a resonance.
Sure.
That's cool.
It's a wonderful form of communication, and there's so many aspects to it that are healthy. You get to explore your innermost thoughts. You get to stand in front of others, which is just a good thing to do once in a while as well, because it's character building, and you get to play music with people. It's like social. There's it's very good for you all around. Not to mention, you're sending vibrations off into space that will last forever. I think that's the best part. Yeah, man. So, is there anything coming up that our audience should know about? Have you got any shows coming up or anything coming out?
I'm playing on the 8th at Meisner Park for Battle of the Bands. I am promoting the music video that comes out on the Friday that you're seeing this, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And if you happen to miss it on Friday, you go back and you watch it on Saturday.
There you go. And if you happen to miss it on Saturday, you go back and you watch it on Sunday. And if you happen to miss it on
Even if you don't miss it, you should go back on Saturday and Sunday.
Absolutely.
That's right. You hit 88 miles per hour in your DeLorean and don't do what Michael J. Fox did with his mom, though.
Yeah, don't do that.
You will disrupt the time.
Space continuum.
Yeah, because everyone calls it the time-space continuum.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, what have we got coming up? We have
Absolutely nothing. No. Well, as of the airing of this podcast, we will have already just done our Green Day thing, and it was either an epic, amazing night, or it was a complete flop. So
yeah, true. And then you've got a gig on Saturday.
I do with Change is Great,
Yeah.
Mad Mellow, Tiger Sunset, and Mangroove.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mangroove, that is a band I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I think they were playing in Miami one day that like I was at Savage Labs and I happened to hear about Mangroove. Same with Darumas. I feel like y'all played around the same time or something.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Gardens Green Market
On Sunday.
on Sunday the 3rd,
Killbillies.
followed by the Songwriter Circle, the 561 Music Songwriter Circle. And so the Gardens Green Market is at Gardens Green Market.
Yeah, it's
in Palm Beach Gardens.
9 to 1, the Gardens Green Market. essentially it's on the corner of Burns Road and Military Trail.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. If you've never come down to that, you should. A bunch of people came down to the last one. It was nice to see people out.
Yeah.
It is sort of warm this time of year, but it's worth it. And, you know, they've got a bunch of shade there and it's good times.
And the vendors are so good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Like
Like
smash burgers are unbelievable.
I go home with, and we're really lucky because we get given vegetables by the guy when we play there. I make a curry every evening from doing this. I make a curry. And then, and then the songwriter circles after that, that's from 6 to 10 at the Brewhouse Gallery in Lake Park. Yeah. And it's a great event. It's a great event. You should come check it out.
Yeah. If you haven't been to that, it's a singer-songwriter night. 4 artists will be on stage.
Yeah.
They're going to, they're going to take turns playing songs. They're going to talk about their songs. It's almost like if you can think back to the old VH1 storytellers, that kind of thing.
And we have Keith Michaud, Jeremy Souza, Devin Holden, and Robert Voorhees.
Yeah, should be really good.
They're all great. They're all great. I can't wait to see Devin's set.
We have not had a singer-songwriter night, a singer-songwriter circle night that has disappointed.
No.
They have all been amazing. They have all been like emotional. They've all been just really good. And it's the kind of night where these guys aren't background music. You're hanging on every word. You're listening. You're actually listening to everything. The room is just super quiet and everybody's listening. It's really cool.
It's something else. If you haven't
it's a really
been
cool
yet,
experience.
You should definitely come. Like there's people who've come out to that, some of my friends and things who, I can tell I can tell quite often certain venues, they're coming just because out of a sense of duty. But this one, everyone I've spoken to after this was like, wow, that was actually really good. Yeah. So you should come.
Yep. And then last but not least, 561 Music Festival. The last one was a huge success. We did it down at the Meyer Amphitheater.
Yeah.
So we have officially been approved for it for next year. For our dates. So we are going to release those dates probably in the next couple of weeks. We'll make a big announcement about it. Let you know what's happening, what's different about it, what's cool about it, et cetera, et cetera.
This is the little announcement to announce the big announcement.
Yeah. But also I wanted to say it because I want all you guys that are out there in bands and things that you're watching the podcast, start watching our socials. It's at 561 Music Podcast for both Instagram and Facebook. Start watching our socials, subscribe, do whatever you need to do. Start watching our socials because we're going to start making announcements probably in the not too distant future. And most likely we'll start taking applications for submissions and things for the festival probably around October. So be on the lookout for that.
And, if you get your thing in there and you're in touch with us and stuff, that there's a very high chance you'll be on it. We have to pick it from a pool of bands. So if you're not in the pool of bands, you won't get picked. So,
right. Exactly. Yeah. You got to submit or you won't be in it. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to say it's probably going to be mid-October when that gets released.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice one.
Yep.
Yeah. We're super happy for that. It's a big relief / stress point, but it's fine.
Yeah. I'm excited. And I also want to jump off a bridge.
Hey, Stu.
Dude. It was a pleasure to meet you, Ben.
Thanks,
thanks so much for coming. I love your project. I love how tongue-in-cheek and light it is, but with substance, because music is good, so respect.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited for the next projects too, as we never stop, man. So I appreciate you guys having me on, for real. This has been quite an awesome experience.
Oh, thanks for coming, Doug.
I'm excited to see what all your watchers do with their next projects, because I'm sure they're going to find themselves on here talking about what
if you're a musician and you want to talk about the things you're getting into, what kind of projects you got, the comments is the place to do it.
There you go.
All right. Well, listen, see you later. Take it easy, guys.
Take it by the scenes, it's what we're doing. Come and check it out, it's what we're all about. 561 Music.